Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Digital Wilds. I'm sorry it's been a little while. I had to move house. I didn't have any internet for a few weeks, so recording had to take a break. But I am now back. I am set up on a decent internet, and hopefully your regular schedule of videos should resume now. So you join us back in Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door, where we are looking for a way to get to Keelhaul Key down in the South Seas and pick up the 5th Crystal Star. So if we head down to the docks, we'll see that a rather fancy pirate ship has shown up, and this is going to be our ticket to riches if anything we understand from this game so far is to go by. So first though, we've got to find our way to the captain of such a vessel and find a way to get on board. So first things first, let's go have a chat with this chap over here in the bar. Yes, he is Flavio. He is a trader, the richest man in Rogueport, and monetary wealth gives me freedom. Yes, and freedom gives me wealth of spirit. And yet, why is it that a man whose life is unchained must always long for yet more, ah? What is missing from my life? This tears at my very insides. I must know. What do I lack? Probably thrills. Thrills, you say, huh? I suppose one does need some thrills every now and then. There is nothing like the feeling of being alone on a mountain, shivering to death. Ah, no, foolish Flavio. Not chills, you silly man. What I need are thrills. Wait, hold the horses. That is it. Now that I am thinking of it, I once heard of the treasure of Cortez, the pirate king. Yes, this is the answer. Oh, such happiness for me. A hunt for pirate treasure. Why, that just reeks of romance and thrills and emotion and even money. Do you not know the tale, the Pirate King's treasure, hidden on Keelhaul Key? Oh, we certainly do, Flavio. Well, tales say that the Pirate King Cortez hid his hoard of pirate booty there, and for years the treasure hunters and ruffians have gone there in search of the loot. But not a single one of them has ever returned. Oh, the horror makes my back tingle. People who hear whisper that the ghost of Cortez attacks all who seek his treasure. Eek! It is because of those very rumours that people no longer go to Keelhaul Key. Well, I reckon we're going to be making a trip there very soon, but that will not stop Flavio. That treasure is there, yes, and I am going to prove it. For I am Flavio, trader extraordinaire, millionaire, sailor of the seven seas. What is that you are saying? You are also looking for a treasure here in Rogueport? Why talk such craziness? There isn't anything like that in this dull armpit of a town. You cannot be believing each stupid rumour about treasure some street urchin spews out. No. Now what madness comes bursting from your mouth? You have a treasure map? Well, hand it over. Rather, I mean, show me. You are having a joke on me. This map leads straight to Keelhaul Key. You swine. You mean to steal my treasure out from under me, you awful, awful man. Well, now I am confused. You are looking for things known as the Crystal Stars? But now that I am thinking, a star-shaped stone was said to be in Cortez's hoard. Perhaps I could sell it for a staggering amount of cash. Yes, that would be, stop such thoughts, Flavio. What you need is romance, thrills, and emotion. I cannot ignore what this business before me suggests. This must be fate at work. Flavio shall go with you to Keelhaul Key. Of course, the Crystal Star is yours, yes, but the rest of the treasure is mine. Sounds fair enough. We don't have much need for coins, because we're capped at 999, so we have no need for millions. You must repeat that. Flavio's ears are plugged. You have no ship? Ha, 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 you unfortunate, foolish man. Do you not know who I am? I will have a ship ready in no time, and it will be massive and glorious. Splendid, splendid, splendid. Let us begin preparations immediately, shall we? I will volunteer myself as our intrepid leader, yes, and you will be captain. Ah, danger and adventure tickle my nostrils. Come to the harbour right away. Well, you're the boss. So, that guy is a little bit on the eccentric side, but he does appear to have what we need, which is transport and an idea of how to get to Keelhaul Key. So, let's just hop over the noose here and let's see what he's offering. So, he has his crew of toads and bob-ombs assembled, as well as a mysterious stranger at the back here. They call that guy Four Eyes. He's one of the sailors coming with us to Keelhaul Key. Totally feel like I've seen him somewhere before, though. So, let's see what Flavio has to say. So it is you, ah? Well, sadly, a slight problem seems to have popped up. But feast your eyes on this outrageously fantastic ship. She is a fine vessel, though. She is the SS Flavion, the queen of the countless ships in my personal fleet. The raw majesty of her hull, the pomp and circumstance, none can compare to her. Ah, behold the elegant curve of her prow. She cuts to the very soul, don't you agree? But she is not just a beauty, she is a savage beast on the water, tops among sailboats. But above all, I can tell you, this proud ship can... Ah, yes, did you speak? Yes, of course. The problem that has sprung up. I had completely forgotten about it. The SS Flavion, she bewitches me. Yes, well, here is the issue. We have no navigator. He ran off, the dog. The navigator, of course, is the highest-ranked helmsman. They steer ships, you know. Now, here is the real problem. The waters around Keelhaul Key are deathly dangerous. We need an absurdly skilled helmsman for our navigator. It is a pickle. Oi, Flavio. Are you talking there, sir? If you don't mind me saying, I might have a solution. Do not tease me, Papatch. You can solve our problem, then spit it out already. Well, sir, I've heard talk of a famed, no, a legendary sailor living in Rogueport. Yeah, I think he's called Admiral Bobbery, a salty old sea dog by all accounts. But he's said to have the helmsman's touch, sir. He can make any ship bow to his will. Thing is, there ain't a soul what's seen him on the seas of late. Bassaboom, problem solved. Let us scout out this Bobbery fellow and get him on board. So I guess we're being tasked with that before we can head over to the island, seems fair enough. As is customary, my captain will handle all negotiations. That would be you, Mario. That does sound fair to everyone, does it not? No complaints. Aye, aye, sir. Aye, aye, sounds fair. Yeah, I'm on board. Okay, then it is decided. You must find this Bobbery and bring him here. Our fortune sails with you. Okay, well, this seems easy enough because we already know where his house is, or at least I do. So I suppose we could logically go back and speak to Professor Frankly, who could probably give us a pointer in the right direction, or we could go speak to one of the magicians underneath the town. But I think we might as well head straight there and at least find him and figure out what his dilemma is. So this is his house here. If you try and enter through the front door, it's locked from the inside, so there's no way of getting through there. But it is an easy enough thing to find our way over there. So just Yoshi across this gap here. What's this shy guy doing? The other day I saw this guy jumping from roof to roof. Man, he was so dashing. But you know, actually, he might have been a bandit. Maybe that's why he was sneaking into chimneys. Ah, so he's there to provide a bit of a clue. And yes, if we Yoshi over this gap, we'll find ourselves at this mysterious chimney, which just happens to be the right size to roll into in tube form. So here we are in Bobbery's house. Not a conventional way to enter, but what do you blokes want? You seek Admiral Bobbery? Never heard of the gent. Take your search elsewhere. So he's a salty pirate dog. Now unlocks the door for us, though. Now away with you. So yeah, he's playing hard to get here. I wonder if we can head into his back room. Yes, we can. And in here, there's a handy shine sprite. He was just saving for a special occasion. So that's slightly handy, as well as some nautical equipment. So you get the impression that he's not being completely, honest about his intentions. So Professor Frankly can probably tell us more about him. So let's go over there and see what the prof has to say. Oh, yeah, kid. Bobbery? That old sea dog lives in the east side house right next door. They say he was a great and important sailor long ago. Yes, that doesn't really help us. But okay, maybe with that information we can go and say that we've heard from his neighbour that he's Bobbery. At least he's unlocked the door now. Admiral Bobbery, haven't the faintest idea what you're talking about. Now, if you please, don't play dumb with us. We were already told that you were Admiral Bobbery. Harumph, what poppycock. Tell me, what would you want with me if I were this chap? You say your ship needs a navigator and you want me to do the job, So sorry, but you'll have to look elsewhere. I shall set sail upon the sea nevermore. You are the Raven now, apparently. But look, we're begging you here. You totally have to. You're the only one who can guide our ship to Keelhaul Key. This is serious stuff. Awfully sorry, dear boy. She's not a boy, she's a girl. But when I say no, what I mean is no. Okay. Right, now you won't give us any more information. Okay, maybe if we head back to Flavio. Oh, Goombella has some thoughts. Darn, what do we do, Mario? That guy doesn't seem too stoked to come with us. Know what I wonder, though? Why is he all weirded out about the sea, anyway? We've got to find somebody who knows this guy and find out what his malfunction is. So, where do old sea dogs like to hang out? Well, it'll be the local bar. So, it's an RPG town, so obviously you head over and speak to the local barman, who's this guy, this bean guy back here. You say Bobbery won't go to sea, huh? Well, can't say that surprises me. The real question is, are you folks really sure you want Bobbery back on the water? Certainly are. Oh, is that it? Now I see. You want to mount an expedition to Keelhaul Key. Rough seas out there. Most sailors would meet their ends. Not old Bobbery, though. The fact of the matter is, Admiral Bobbery's tale is sad. Horribly sad, actually. You'll probably end up crying, but I'll tell it to you if you really want me to. Well, I do hate sad stories, but I can take it. In that case, get ready. Bobbery's tale of woe goes something like this. Dramatic zoom. Bobbery was once married. He had a wife of enduring beauty named Scarlett. The two of them were madly in love, the sort of love reserved for fairy tales. Now, Bobbery was a renowned sailor, so he was away from home for long periods. Scarlett never complained, though, and always waited faithfully for Bobbery's return. And Bobbery, his eye never drifted. He loved only Scarlett truly and deeply. So they lived and found happiness where they could, and all was good for a time. But not all good things can last. It was a particularly icy winter when it happened. Scarlett fell ill. A virus, a passing cold, no one knew, but it soon turned serious. Bobbery, at sea on a long, lonely voyage, knew nothing of his bride's suffering. By the time he returned, Scarlett had succumbed. She was gone. Bobbery, of course, blamed himself. My loving wife perished because of me. If I were not at sea, I could have nursed her to health. I could have saved her. He was overcome with such thoughts. They tormented him always, haunting his sleep. He has never gone out to sea since. Ah, poor Bobbery. That's the saddest tale I've ever heard in my life. No wonder. You all know his tale now, so tell me, do you still want him to return to the sea? Yes, we have no choice. Very well, I understand. If you're that determined, then I'll give you this. Again, an old letter. The letter Scarlett wrote to Bobbery on her deathbed. Why has this guy never delivered that before? I don't know what's written inside, but I can tell you what she told me as she lay down. So this bartender was looking after her as she was dying. Maybe she was in the bed upstairs. Maybe we shouldn't sleep in that inn. If I should succumb to this plague, and if my love should blame himself for my death, then give this letter to him, so he might hear my voice. It was her last request. But when I saw Bobbery in misery, trying to forget the pain as he mourned his wife, I just couldn't bring myself to present this letter to him. I've regretted it ever since. Now, look, that probably could have helped him overcome the grief, you know. That was not a very good thing to do. You were not a very good friend. Please, take this letter and do the deed I was too cowardly to do. Take it to Bobbery. Thanks, Podley, and don't beat yourself up for this. We'll deliver the letter. Come on, Merritt. No, do beat yourself up for it, and when someone gives you a letter on a deathbed, maybe deliver it next time. Honestly, some people. Anyway, we're an RPG protagonist, so we're all about merrily taking items from point A to point B, so straight over to Bobbery's house, and let's hand this over. What? Oh, my Blabberton's beard, not you again. No matter how many times you entreat me, my stance is firm. Now away with you. Hand over the old letter. Pardon? A letter, you say? For me? Scarlett? This is Scarlett's handwriting. Scarlett, my love. My love, if you're reading this letter, then I am no longer by your side. Because fate has stepped between us, I have decided to write you this letter. If you're reading this, I must have passed away while you were out to sea. I can only assume that you will blame yourself for it, my sweet Bobbery. Although my life was short, you gave me more than a lifetime's worth of joy. Though you will mourn, I beg that you remember that time, like love, is a tide. You are one with the sea, as you were one with me. Do not lose both your life's loves. Time, like love, is a tide. You are one with the sea, as you are one with me. 1,000 pardons, but may I have a moment alone, if you please? Oh, poor Bobbery. Well, we've got the plinky plonky sad music playing, but that does mean he'll be out in a second to help us along. So, pretty good outcome for Mario, if not for the seaman he's been tormenting. Yes, love, I was happy. My sweet, sweet Scarlett. I love you still. Ever get the feeling you're intruding on a private moment? Now then, you were looking for a navigator, I believe, bound for Keelhaul Key. Humph! If you think an old seabomb like me is what you need, then let's shove off. I will gladly shove off this time. Righto, so he's coming along with us, and straight over to Flavio's boat, I reckon. Ship's in the harbour, I must expect to before we leave. I shall see you there. Right, okay, over we go. Right, so here we are with the full crew assembled. I knew you would get Bobbery on board, you wonderful mustachioed man, you. To you, I must say ahoy. I was wise to choose you as captain. Ahoy to me as well. My men have already loaded our cargo and supplies. Yes, preparations are complete. If you have no errands, we can depart at once. What do you say? Shall we set sail? Yeah, let's shove off. Very well, to the sea. Raise anchor and set sails for thrills and emotion. Right. And romance and money, our destination is dread Keelhaul Key. Yep, indeed, we are heading off. Oh. Once this bomb gets on board, we are heading off to Chapter 5. And are you excited? I'm very excited. It's been a few weeks, and let's get some RPGing done. Uh-oh, what are those guys doing here? This is X-01 here. Come back, dude. I repeat, X-01 here, over. Roger, reading you 5 by. Infiltration is successful. X-0 Black aboard vessel. Repeat, X-0 Black is on board the vessel. So who could that be? I wonder. And yes, indeedy, welcome to Chapter 5. The Key to Pirates. Indeed. So we are on the high seas. Rather like a little parasol on the crow's nest up there. Month star, day X circle. Over the protest of my crew, the SS Flavio has set sail. Is this voyage as reckless as they say? Aha, I must scoff. Flavio will show them guts. Month star, day XX. Another day of good wind. White clouds, they dazzle me. It is as if they are blessing our voyage. Flavio thanks them most heartily. Month star, day X music note. Things are going smoothly, yet I am filled with dread. At this speed, we should reach our destination by tomorrow's sunrise. Well, here we are. Skull, Captain casts his gaze, red jewel shines and plays, boom, bassa boom, festival. Gonna have to come up with a new tune for that every time I sing it. The Stash brothers, best of friends, 3 times rage Stash lands on his end. Blue stashes for barely 4 times his wax, so let's hear this fireworks go boom. At the boom, bassa boom festival. Yes, now we are talking. Flavio told you, did he not? Nothing to fear, no. The island is right before our eyes. Do you not see it? It is a mountain of treasure. Oh, I feel fabulous. Shall I tell you one of my many tales of raw bravery? No, it is no trouble at all. There I was, locked in deadly combat with a sea serpent. Yes, but even then I smiled, for even I knew I'd prevailed. Oh, great, he started again. Tale of bravery, right? I heard this one yesterday. There's no way to escape to. We just have to listen till he's finished. Yeah, if you interrupt him by mid-story, he absolutely loses it too. What's going on here? Ship's stopping. Oi, Master Flavio. Awful sorry to interrupt that wicked story, but ship stopped. Ah? Stopped, you say to me, after interrupting a story of passion and fury. Well, it is your job to get the ship moving, yes? So take care of it. Aye, Flavio, I'll get on it right quick. Wait a tick. Yeah, I'm working on it. Just wait a goon to stomping moment, you scallywags. Oi, quit shoving, eh? I'm working over here. I said quit shoving. Uh-oh. Ah! They're here! What is this ruckus now? Who is here? Will someone tell me what is going on? No, they're upon us! The pirate ghosts! All them rumours were true! What do we do? We gotta get out of here! Do not panic yourselves, this is just a dream that we are all having. Awake! And move quickly, move the boat! Oh dear, so this is not going as planned, frankly. Ghostly ring thing, are you really the savage pirate king? Help me! Buck up now, everyone. Remain civilized. Relax. Don't panic. Relax, 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 I say. You simply must take it easy. What? Excuse me. Listen, everyone. If we can form an orderly line without shoving, forget that. Make a path. Bobbery, look alive, man. We must all get out of here. Abandon ship. So, Flavio not quite as brave and intrepid as he likes to paint himself. Month star, day X star. Fortune from disaster. The kindly sea washed us ashore. Strange irony that this island was our intended destination all along, no? And yet, we mourn. We have lost 3 crew members, including Admiral Bobbery. It pains me to think that they were taken by the Pirate King, that ghostly thing. What happens to us now, We may be lost without hope, stricken in the wilds. Month star, day X heart. We have made a semblance of civilized life here. The ship's flotsam washed in, and we now have salty bread and other salty things. We can live for some time on this salty bounty of the sea, but then what, I ask? Month star, day circle circle. We have built a few huts from the washed-up timbers. Poor sweet SS Flavion. At least the shanties keep out the wind and rain. We still have had no sign of Bobbery and the others, and my heart she doubts. Still, despite my fears, we must continue to hope that they are alive somewhere. Month star, day circle X. 3 days on the isle now, and the huts are all finished. We have carved a life out here, though we all dream of a return to Rogueport. And here we are. Mario and Gubella find themselves... oi, Captain Stash. Ain't much, but we finished a wee up for you to rest in. Come have a look. Okay, we'll go with the Cockney Bob-omb in a second. First though, welcome to Keelhaul Key. It is probably one of the less interesting chapters in this game. It is a little bit, it's your classic jungle level. You've got piranha plants and fire things and lava and so on. Not much lava actually, lots of water. But first we're going to head up here and meet a rather interesting recurring character from the series. Hello. Woohoo, I'm Wacka. We got some good weather today, right? Makes me feel like nothing bad could happen on a day like today, wackadoo. This is Wacka. He's so happy. They're very rare. You don't see many of those kind anymore. But, yeah, if you, whack him on the head. Ow, don't hit me. poor Whacker. Well, that gives us a Whacker bump, which gives us 25 HP and 25 FP. The thing is, you can't go and exploit the Whacker too much or the Whacker will die. And, you know, typically a Heartless player would go and exploit all the Whacker bumps and just bump Whacker off for good. But I feel a little bit bad about doing that, so I am going to just take 1 or 2 to do some recipe farming and then leave Whacker alive. So, we'll find the little shanty town they built for themselves here, including a shop. Captain, please help us. Flavio and Papacha are in a huge fight. Oh dear. And what about you, Squinty? You turned to jelly when you saw all those ghosts. What are you talking about? You were the one quaking in his boots, fancy pants. Wait 1 moment. Did you just call the great Flavio fancy pants? That's right, fancy pants, fancy pants, fancy pants, fancy pants, fancy pants. Why, you little cyclops? Flavio demands satisfaction. You, me, hammers at dawn. Oh, that's fine by me. Can't wait for you to put a few dents in those fancy threads. Oh dear, so things are all going a little bit Lord of the Flies. And unfortunately, things have been interrupted by the arrival of the ghosts. So, I guess we're going to have to go and sort those out, and this will be a good introduction to combat against the enemies in this level. Unfortunately, we don't have the ice power badge yet, so we will not be able to just stomp on their heads, but we can hammer them into oblivion. Now, happily, we can tattle these guys before we get started. Haven't quite managed to get them in the Pit of 100 Trials on the 50 plus floors we've done so far, but we've done a decent job. So, yeah, don't touch it. It's susceptible to ice and explosive attacks, and if you get hit by a flame attack, you have a chance of catching fire, which is obviously not great. And Fire Drive will heal them, so don't use that. Still, let's get started. Fortunately, we've got decent enough defense that if we can normal block them, we'll only take 1 damage. And those attacks are very easy to super guard. So while we're here, I might as well swap over to Coops, who can attack them without incurring fire damage. There we go, first one down. And because Coops has a point of defense, he can now block them for 0 damage, and our hammer attacks should make swift work of them. And there we go, first battle of the episode complete, and we get 6 star points. Now, it's not very much, but I'm glad we did that leveling up in the Pit of 100 Trials last episode, because it means we can make swift progress through this level. You're a blooming beast, Captain Stash. Too early to celebrate, no? There are surely more of them elsewhere, huh? Someone must investigate the rest of this island, yes. As what must be. As leader of this expedition, I, of course, should stay here. On this, I brook no argument. Oh yes, of course, Mario. Perhaps you could handle the exploration of this island. No way, pal. Well, we cannot just sit here and sun ourselves all day like mermaids, huh? Someone must get out there and look around. This is not a thing to be argued, so we'll decide this fair and square. Everyone, in favour of Mario exploring the island, please raise your hands. And it seems we're outvoted. I don't think I've ever seen that before. I usually just accepted it on the first time of asking. So, yeah, we've been but thou musted, and we've got a little bit of a shop here. Not much that I'd want to get, really. And we've got an inn as well. For some reason, they're still charging coins. Firstly, though, we get a star piece back here, which is rather nice. I think there's another one hidden in this stage. Yeah, down there at the front of the stage. So 2 more star pieces for us. That puts us on a very healthy 6 right now. So we hopefully should be able to, by the end of this chapter, pick up another couple of badges from Dazzle. Coops is a good ally to have out here because there's lots of enemies you'll want to hit from a distance. Didn't manage to hit that Hyper Fuzzy, but we know how to deal with these guys from dealing with them in the Pit of 100 Trials. They're basically just more powerful than standard Fuzzy, so not too much to take care of. Plus, from here, we get ourselves the Head Rattle badge, which gives us a confuse effect on our hammer attack. Not always that useful, but situationally. And a Courage Shell so we can upgrade our partner's defense. Nice. And in the second bit of the stage here, we get ourselves the Keelhaul Piranhas. These guys are, as you can tell from their purple teeth, have a bit of a toxic effect on them. So we'll just tattle these guys for the sake of the log, the Putrid Piranhas. HP 8, attack 3, defense 0. Not particularly hard, but you do want to be a bit careful of the poison. Nice mini from that bush there, and we'll try and coops a couple of these enemies so we can get a first strike in. I might get round now to equipping the bump attack badge, actually, so that I can... the first strike badge, so that I can take these guys out without having to go through annoying battles. So it looks like I don't have the first attack badge, which I was slightly confused by, because I seem to remember picking it up, but maybe that was in a different run. I have just changed out a couple of badges. I no longer have the Heart Finder or one of the, or the fire drive badge. I'm going to equip Ice Smash because it's very good against fire enemies in the absence of the Ice Power badge. And I might equip something else good. I think it might be worth going for, yeah, Defend Plus, and we've got one more point to equip. So I'm going to go for Hammer Throw because that's useful for flying enemies. So, yeah, we're respect and ready to get pushing on through Keelhaul Key. And the effect of our curse has finally worn off. So when we're next back in Rogueport, we are going to need to go and pick one of those up. We've had that for something like 3 chapters, so we definitely got our money's worth out of it. Plus, we get another star piece there. This level seems to be proving relatively lucrative for us so far. Now this here box, we're going to need to use our Yoshi friend to hover over there. And immediately fall off, obviously. Right, so we've regained our rightful place. I seem to recall there was some other box here that we could use to get items, but maybe I'm mistaken. In any case... no, it's this one that I'm thinking of. Right, so... Do we hover over here? Yep, I think... Oh, I managed to miss that. I thought there was some element of coopsing that, but apparently not. I'm just going to be good with my Yoshi platforming. So, attempt number 2. And this time, we're successful. So we got ourselves a Shine Sprite, and it doesn't look like we can get anything from ground pounding on that box, sadly. Right, over here, get ourselves yet another item, a Thunder Rage, always useful to have, 5 damage to every enemy on screen, saves us using star power. Ah dear, so somebody is trapped on the bridge, and it looks like, yep, it's our 3 missing crew members. Still, it's only 2 ghosts, so these should be relatively easy to take care of. Oh dear, now it looks like Bobbery's under attack. Don't rescue me from them, I can go take them out. Oh Bobbery, please forgive our cowardice. We up and left you and everything was happening so quickly, forgive us. So, what does this bloke have to say? Go on, eh? Excuse me, but I'd better be going also. Hey, you, out there in front of the TV. Well, it's a monitor, actually. Yes, I'm talking to you. It may be pretty obvious to you who I really am, but no telling Mario, or else. You out there in front of the TV? Did this guy go nuts or what? Anyway, let's go rescue Captain Bobbery. And back here we got ourselves an in coupon, which I don't need and never have, but because I'm swimming with coins. But nonetheless. Also, this here is a very useful thing to do. Go sideways, slip through the gaps in the bridge, and get yourself the Ice Power badge. This is a very useful badge that I'm going to be equipping immediately, because it allows you to inflict ice damage on enemies. Now, why is that particularly useful? Because it deals double damage to fire enemies, and there's plenty of fire enemies in this chapter. So, swapping out the Ice Hammer badge for the Ice Power badge, because we use jumps more than we use hammers. Plus, we get ourselves another Shine Sprite over here. Takes us up to a total of 4. Obviously, we don't have any new partners and can't upgrade them to the 2nd level yet, but we will address that problem in due course. Head back over the bridge and make sure you drop down onto this lower level. You're going to have to do some agile Yoshi work down here. And hop down this pipe. Whack this tree here and get yourself a coconut. You're going to want, I might as well grab 2. One to cook with, and the other to use in a quest later. You would think you might be able to Yoshi over to the right-hand side of this. Don't try it, you'll just fail. Anyway, over to the right. And, yeah, the frantic music is going on. So this is how a Legend of the Sea meets his end, eh? Looks like Bobbery is in more trouble. And, yeah, we're going to have to deal with these ghosts. And this is a good excuse to test out our ice power. Not so non-corporeal now, are ya? Anywho, so I do have multi-bounce equipped, so I can hit both of them. And now if we switch over to Koops, we should be able to finish them off in one fell swoop. And yep, he's hidden up in the tree, so we'll knock him out. Literally, it seems. Oh, no, apparently not. Oh, Mario, old boy. Ugh. I guess those blokes got me a bit better than I thought. Mario, please hear my last request. I must thank you for taking me out to sea one last time. But there is one thing I need before I go to my rest. Chocola Cola. I was saving that one bottle, my last memory of Scarlet, to celebrate reaching here. I saw it among the flotsam drifting towards the island, so it must be somewhere. If I might have just one sip before my final voyage. Get me that Chocola Cola, old boy. This is, of course, Chocola Cola is a reference to Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga, which released a couple of years before this on the Game Boy Advance. It's kind of the sister RPG series, the Paper Mario series, and has declined in approximate proportion to it. But basically in the original game there was a you visit Chateau de Chucklehuck, which is where they brew Chocola Cola, which is basically Nintendo's way of getting around having alcohol in its games. So anyway, back to the camp, and we'll see if we can dig up some Chocola Cola. No enemies on this top level, so we can easily dodge through that room this way. And by hugging the southern wall of the room, we should be able to get past these hyper fuzzies relatively simply. So back to camp, and let's have a chat with our boss. Ah, you are still alive. Well, we have some fortune left. Such relief for Flavio. I thought some jungle beast was snacking on you. Well, everyone is accounted for. Now, maybe one minute, am I wrong? Are we still one man short? That's right. But Bobbery sacrificed himself to save us from the ghosts. Please, we've got to go back and help him. What lunacy bursts forth from your mouth? The Admiral lives? What fortitude? Mario, front and centre, I entrust you with the mission to save our dear Admiral. What is that you say? Chocola Cola? Well, why would I have that? But, yes, by the way, Flavio is merely curious. What do you need it for? What now? The Admiral may soon perish, and he wants to drink it as his last wish. Ah, so what we are dealing with here is a sort of last request, am I correct? Well, Flavio has no choice. I found it on the beach, but for this noble cause, I yield. However, this Chocola Cola is part of our supplies, which we need to survive. So I will need you to find something to eat to replace this. On this, I do not budge. Yes. I'm sure there's something on this island would be a most suitable replacement. So, to avoid backtracking, we can hand over this delicious coconut. Well, that is island fare, but somewhat cliched. Perhaps I'd set my hopes too high for a foraging non-gourmand such as you. Well, here you go. Take the Chocola Cola and give my regards to the Admiral. I'm unsure on whether you can hand over another food item. I've got some shrooms and so on that I could have tried out. I know the coconut works, and otherwise it's relatively not useful as a food item, so it's useful to hand it over rather than giving over something you might actually use for healing. Yeah, you may have other options. It's worth checking that out. So a couple of unavoidable random battles later, we are back with the Admiral, and it's time to hand over our bounty from the sea. So hand over the Chocola Cola. Ah, that distinctive bouquet. You've brought it. Ah, this glorious flavour, dear boy. It awakens the mouth. So the sea was generous enough to deliver me this one last grace, eh? Actually, it was Flavio. I have nothing left in this world now. Thank you for granting my last wish. Now I shall be reunited with my dear Scarlet. Farewell, Captain Mario. Well, looks like he's dead, but actually, no, he's just sleeping. I don't think Mario Bobbery's just, like, sleeping, do you? Yeah, he totally is, and I was so worried about him. Smack him awake, will you? Well, you're the boss. Ah, pirates? Where are those pirates? Ah, clearly he was dreaming. You don't really normally drink cola before you go to sleep. It's not a good way to get a decent rest. He's still kind of out of it, I think. What now? Oh, Mario, old boy, it's you. You have adventures in the afterlife as well. Capital. You'll have to wait for Super Paper Mario for that. You're still alive, you crazy old coot. Ah, yes, well, really? This isn't a tropical paradise for fallen sailors? Oh, right. Now I recall. Mario, old boy, we still have work to do. You better take me with you, I should say. I'm sure my sea legs and explosive personality will be rather useful, eh? Yeah, so we get ourselves our next partner, and indeed, I think the last one of the game. Bobbery's abilities, a primer. Yep, so basically you can throw him as a bomb. He'll walk a few steps and then explode. You can use this to first strike enemies, although it's a bit awkward to time. You do, however, do quite good damage if you do. Bobbery's a good damage dealer. He has lots of explosive attacks. He can, do counter-attacking, and you'll want him out for serious damage dealing in the lower levels of the Pit of Under Trials, that sort of thing. He can also destroy cracks in walls, which will come in particularly handy when we get back to the civilized world. So you'll remember... So you'll see the bomb signal up there. We'll need to throw Bobbery up there to break our way into this dungeon. But unfortunately, we've got another puzzle to get through first. A large stone blocks the way. It seems to be carved into the shape of a skull. There is a space in one of the eyes where you could conceivably place something. Now, you might remember something skull-shaped sitting on the table in the bar before we went off with Flavio. So we should hope that he still has that and head back over there for more delicious Paper Mario 2 backtracking. Right, so back to camp. Let's have a word with the boss. Ah, it's Bobbery. Welcome back to you. Do you know how worried we were? My stomach has been most upset. I must worry about everyone here, but who worries for Flavio? No one. Do you know how hard that is for me to sit here in safety and worry so much? Well, you don't seem to be that safe. You clearly have jaundice. I do not know what it is out there waiting. What is out there waiting to lurch and snack upon me? We don't even know how to get home for the sake of this blue, briny sea. But no more yelling. Now is the time to pull together and work as a team. Flavio, old boy, I must say you talk rather too much. Such insolence. I growl at you like an angry jungle beast. I ought to. So in any case, Mario, about that crystal star you spoke of earlier, there was a rather odd rock in the far east of the jungle with a skull carved into it. Call it an old seabomb's intuition, but that skull rock smells suspicious. Huh. Hey, Bobbery, you want to know what really smells suspicious? Flavio's armpit. Smells like low tide. But seriously, you may be onto something with that skull rock. I say that's where the treasure is. Well, anyone could figure that out, you mutinous joker. I mean, how obvious? I was already saying in my head that the treasure is certainly behind that rock, and as such I will continue the noble duty of protecting this camp from invasion. Captain Mario, carry on. I'm sorry to make so many requests, but you know, Flavio, you old cash grubber, if you want treasure, why don't you go get it yourself? Oh, well, yes, Admiral, you see, Well, yes, you have a point. Let's decide this fair and square, shall we? Listen to me, everyone. Who thinks I should go along to investigate the skull rock? And looks like he's the one being outvoted this time. There you have it, Flavio. Fair and square, eh, what? Not fair. Flavio hates you all. Flavio will join you for a short time. Excellent. So, not quite a full party member, but he will be coming along for the ride, as we do yet more backtracking. I do quite enjoy the way he rides along on Mario's back here. I do think there would have been scope for him to just jump into Mario's pocket like partners do when they're switching, but clearly they thought this was more entertaining, and I guess it's kind of reflective of Flavio's personality as well. Just try and dodge past these. Nope, always with the piranha plants. So here we are back at the Skull Rock, and let's see if Flavio can help us. Now what is all this? A dead end taunting Flavio with its dead endness? Is this? I think this is the Skull Rock, Bobbery blabbered about. Well, it positively reeks of ancient secrets, yes? Let us plunge into this puzzle. So he goes over there to be kind of useless, and I spot a star piece lurking behind this rock. So, yeah, singing the old song about the red stash and the blue stash, that is obviously going to be a puzzle theme, and we do obviously need the rock, though, that he has. So we'll have a look in here. Yes, shaped in... So now if we look at that gap, we can see that it might be related to Flavio's item. What is it you ask of me? You want Flavio to lend you something, is this correct? What could I possibly have that you would need for such anxiousness? Well, we've had the Chocola Cola, and we don't need coins, so it'll be the Skull Gem, please. Just lending it, though. Don't run off with it. Yeah, whatever, Flaves. Okay, so that's the Skull Rock in, and now what was it? 3 times Red Stash lands on his end. 4 times Blue Stash's belly is whacked. And we have the Boom Bassa Boom Festival. As we unlock this little notch here. Obviously we can't jump into there, but we can throw one of our new friends in there. That should do the trick. And in we go. The cave entrance. My skull gem. Mario, what were you thinking? That gem was part of the House of Flavio. Oh, well, there it is. You got it back, Flavor Flav. Okay, so with that, we are off into the depths of the caverns. Oh, fine. So he's run off back to the camp. Anyway, let's head in and see what's going on in here. Month, star, day, circle, music note. Scoffing at danger, my brave explorers enter the cave. Will they actually find the Pirate King's treasure? I tremble with anticipation. Well, it's the Pirate's Grotto, and I think this is a good place to leave things off. In the next episode, we will be tearing through this place and rescuing all sorts of treasure, no doubt, including a crystal star. So, thank you very much for watching my glorious return to YouTube. I hope you enjoyed it, and this will be followed in a couple of days with some more Fallout New Vegas. Fingers crossed. And until then, thanks very much for watching. Thank you very much for listening. If you'd like to help me grow the channel, you can always subscribe, and I'm also on Patreon at patreon.com/digitalwilds. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.